Hello there, ladies and gentlemen. Molchop here, coming at you, and I'm going to be doing a game here today. I'm very excited to be casting here, and it is going to be none other than Stork versus Bisu. Yes, you heard correctly, although you probably knew that because you read the title of the video. But yes, I'm kind of I'm kind of torn here. I'm torn between being excited and not being excited for a couple reasons here. First of all, well, obviously well, maybe I should say why I'm excited second, but the reason I'm not excited is because I like both these players, and it's one of those situations where if either player wins, I'm going to be disappointed for the other guy to lose, and so there's always that involved. Also, my roommate is home right now. I usually try to cast when she's not around, but she is, so I'm not going to be able to jump up and down, yell, and scream at my computer, unfortunately. So I apologize if it's lacking because I'm not able to yell at my computer like I often do. But on the other hand, I am really enthusiastic about this game. These are, like I said, two of my favorite players, and they're basically two of the best Protoss ever. And it is always awesome to watch these guys play against each other. It is always just so close. They're just have such precision play, both of them. It's like, it's beautiful to watch. It's just, it's magic to watch these two guys play each other because it's usually so close. Oftentimes when they're playing against each other, their builds will be exactly mirrored, and it'll, come down to just a couple Dragoons or a couple Reaver shots, just a little bit of micro that will separate them, and, oftentimes they don't even expand because they know that it'll be a 20-minute game without an expansion because they know that if they let up just a little bit and they make a couple less Dragoons, a few less Dragoons, in order to make that Nexus, then it's just gonna, that's gonna be the little tiny bit necessary for the other guy to overcome them, and it's just gonna be so close. And look at their record over the course of their lives, 8-7. They are so close that they have played so many times. And Stork has come out 8 over Bisu 7 actually in their battles in the 15 times that they played each other previously. So if it was the best of 15 career, then Stork would have barely won. But and that comes from I think they first met really. They may have met in the Pro League or something, but their first big meeting was in the MSL finals. I think it was the second MSL that Bisu won, and he won barely in Game 5. And then later on they met again in the MSL semifinals, I think, and Stork actually beat him 3-0. And recently, when they've met in Pro League a couple times, Bisu has actually won the last couple games that they've met up in the Pro League. So it's going to be very close game. And Bisu's won the last couple Pro League games that they've played against each other, but I kind of feel like Stork's going to take it this time. It's like he's due, and he's just, like I said, the games they've played before have just been so close. I don't know, I'm kind of feeling Stork this time, but it really could go either way. Bisu has been playing like a monster lately. He's just been playing absolutely crazy. He's been playing, I heard this on the radio today on the NPR show. They have this radio show that they do, or like call-in radio show. He said he's crazy in a manner similar to that which is on the bottom of bat caves. And that was his way of saying that without cursing on public radio. Anyway, by the way, Stork is going to be the white Protoss player, and he is going to be in the sort of top right-ish area of the map. And Bisu is the red Protoss player in the bottom right-ish area of the map. And I'm probably reading this wrong. The video I'm looking at online says Heartbreak Ridge, but I know this isn't Heartbreak Ridge, so I'm going to try and figure out what map it is as we go along. Hopefully it's not one of the new map that I don't remember the name of, that I don't know too well. Yes, that's how excited. I was so excited about doing this game that as soon as I had a chance to, I just jumped straight on it, and I didn't stop to check what the map was or anything like that. Maybe I can look that up in the background. But anyways, yeah, so we're probably going to expect these guys to play pretty safe in general, because they know that they're up against such a good opponent, and such an opponent that if they falter just one little bit, they will fall, and they both of them know it's so close, and they know they're up against top caliber opponents, so they're not going to do anything too risky. We may theoretically see one or the other go Reaver first. I mean, they're not going to do anything too crazy, is what I mean. But they will. There will still theoretically be some variation, uh, um, depending on what goes on. Just because of the fact that they're. One second. Sorry, I'm trying to look in the background for the game to see what map it is. There it is, Shades of Twilight. It is the new map that I don't know much about. Anyway, so we might see one of them go Reaver first, just because they might expect the other guy to play so safe that they expect them to, go for the observers first, and we'll try and get a little bit of an advantage. Because you don't really need the observers unless the other guy goes DTs. Oftentimes, if you're playing a really safe game, they'll go for observers first, just in case they go DT rush. But they might be basically. I'm going into kind of meta game here that might be going on. One of them might think, "Oh well, I know that he's not going to play risky, so he's not going to go for the DT rush. So therefore, I won't go observers, and I'll try and go for the Reaver first." But it all depends on how things go. They may actually, they may delay their tech as well to try and before they get that probe out of their base, so they can see what's going on. Because again, these guys are such high caliber Protoss versus Protoss players that if one sees what the other's doing, they'll be able to counter it very easily. So anyway, by the way, this is one of the new maps. I mentioned that before. I'm just taking a look at it real quick. It's kind of an interesting map. I have seen it a couple times before, so I'm vaguely familiar with it. It's a reverse ramp map, so you have a spawn, and then you have to go up a ramp to your natural expansion. But then there is a very small choke point, an easily defendable choke point outside of that natural expansion. So there is that. So, that, if anything, might actually lead to expansion play eventually. Looks like Stork's putting on a second gateway, as is Bisu. Just like I thought, both players doing pretty much mirror builds. If their spawn locations look the same, they would probably even put their buildings in the exact same place. These guys have the exact best build, just down to a T, so well. Anyway, so yeah, Bisu has a second gateway warping in there. It looks like they both cleared out each other's probes while I was looking at the map in the background. And we're going to see what tech they go for next. So Stork is going to go for the Robo. We'll see what Bisu does. He is also going to go for the Robo. And again, Robo's going down at exactly the same time. And, I know I've said this before, but I'll say it again. A lot of people think that PvP is boring because it can end up like this. But to me, that's actually what makes it so exciting, is the fact that both players are just doing almost the exact same thing sometimes, and it just comes down to such a small degree of skill that decides a single battle that can change the game completely. And it's basically the little things above perfection that really clinch the game in this sort of situation. That to me is exciting, just to see how close it can be. It's like watching a race. You don't want to watch a race where, one guy or car, whatever you want to have racing, ends up finishing 3 laps ahead of everyone else. That's not too much fun. But if the race finishes with, the last 2 cars barely neck and neck just to the end, and one barely pulls ahead of the other just at the last second, that's really exciting. And, my video just lagged, so hopefully it's not going to be off sync or anything. Anyway, we do see, like I kind of thought, Stork did in fact go for the robotics support bay first. And look at this, both of them doing exactly the same thing, lining up there. And Bisu's gone for the observatory first. So this is exactly what I thought might happen. Stork has decided that he knows that Bisu can be a very safe player and very clinical, and he's gone for the robotics support bay first, whereas Bisu has gone for the observatory first. So Stork is going to be able to get his Reaver out a little bit sooner, and he's actually going to get a Nexus down as well. And Bisu actually has his Nexus down a little bit earlier. So very, very interesting here, and that may just be because of the 200 minerals it took for Stork to get that Reaver. Bisu may have just waited until afterwards to get that. Anyway, but still, it's still going to be very, very close one way or another. And Bisu is he's setting his observer. He's setting his observer. If he sees that shuttle incoming with his observer, I don't know if they've showed if he's seen it or not. He's going to spot with these pylons right now. And is he going to move in time? He's got Dragoons in the area. Oh, is he going to? Oh, the Scarab goes off. Only kills a couple probes. What is Stork doing? He runs away without getting a second Scarab off. Bisu didn't even see the shuttle coming in.